Have you ever thought about how your heart might silently warn you, month or even a year before something serious happens? Most people over 65 think a sudden heart issue will hit them out of nowhere, but the truth is, your body often whispers subtle signs long before anything drastic occurs. And the scary thing is, most seniors dismiss these as just normal aging. I'm sharing this with you today because I've seen firsthand how missing these quiet signals can change everything. I've watched family members go through it, realizing too late that the signs were there all along. That's why I'm here, to help you spot these warnings early, because knowing these signs could save your life, or the life of someone you deeply care about. Everything we're about to discuss today isn't just my opinion. It's backed by credible research, endorsed by doctors, and confirmed by numerous scientific studies. So, stick with me, because I'm about to reveal 5 hidden signs your heart might be quietly warning you about. Noticing them early could mean the difference between catching a serious issue in time or being caught off guard. What you learn today could truly save your life. And just to be clear, having one of these signs doesn't always mean something's wrong. But staying informed and paying attention early is always better than ignoring the quiet warnings. Sign 1. Unusual shortness of breath during daily activities. Have you recently noticed you're feeling unusually tired? Like everyday tasks are suddenly draining your energy more than they used to. Maybe just walking to the mailbox feels exhausting. Or you find yourself taking more frequent naps and still waking up tired. If you're thinking, it's just my age, you're not alone. Many seniors dismiss this increased tiredness as simply part of growing older. But here's the truth. Feeling persistently fatigued or experiencing extreme weakness, especially without clear reason, could be your heart quietly signaling something serious. Let me share a quick story about my own uncle, who was 67. He had always been an active guy, taking daily walks and doing yard work regularly. But gradually we noticed he was getting tired much faster than usual. He would have to sit down halfway through tasks he had done easily before. We all thought it was natural aging at first, until one day, a simple walk turned into a serious event. Thankfully, he received help immediately, and the doctors told us something that really opened my eyes. They explained that unusual fatigue or exhaustion can be one of the earliest indicators that your heart isn't pumping blood efficiently. It turns out this symptom isn't as harmless as it seems. When your heart can't circulate blood effectively, your muscles and tissues don't receive enough oxygen and nutrients. This lack of oxygen makes your body feel incredibly tired, even without much activity. It's your body's subtle way of saying, hey, something isn't right here. But if caught early, there's plenty you can do to address this and prevent it from escalating. One of the best things you can start doing right away is gentle aerobic exercise, like walking or swimming. I know it might sound counterintuitive. Why would you exercise if you're tired? But here's why. Gentle, consistent movement actually helps strengthen your heart, improves circulation, and boosts your energy levels. Just 15 to 20 minutes of walking each day at a comfortable pace can dramatically improve how you feel and reduce your heart risk significantly. Also, consider introducing more heart-healthy foods into your diet, especially foods rich in magnesium, potassium, and antioxidants like bananas, leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. These nutrients help support your heart's function, improving blood flow and reducing that lingering fatigue. Even something as simple as eating a banana or adding some almonds to your morning oatmeal can make a noticeable difference in your daily energy levels. Lastly, if you've been feeling persistently fatigued without explanation, don't wait it out. Talk to your doctor about it. Your doctor can check your heart function with simple tests to catch any issues early before they become serious. Remember, your body is smart. When it's telling you something isn't right, it's always better to listen and act early, rather than wait until it's too late. Your life after 65 doesn't have to be filled with constant tiredness and worry. Taking these small, practical steps today can help keep your heart strong, your energy high, and your golden years enjoyable and active, just as they're meant to be. If this point made sense to you, drop a quick yes in the comments so I know you're with me. If staying informed about your health matters to you, subscribing is the best way to stay connected. Sign 2. Sudden dizziness or lightheadedness. You know that strange feeling when you stand up and the world tilts for a second? Or when you're just walking around, and suddenly you feel lightheaded, almost like your legs might give out. A lot of people brush this off thinking they just got up too fast or maybe didn't drink enough water. But if you're over 65, frequent dizziness or sudden lightheadedness might actually be a quiet signal from your heart. Your heart's job is to keep blood flowing steadily to your brain, muscles, and organs. When that flow gets interrupted, even for a few seconds, it can make you feel off balance. Most times, it's nothing serious. But when it starts happening often, especially while sitting or moving slowly, it could mean your heart isn't keeping up the way it should be. One common cause of this is something called postural hypotension, when your blood pressure drops too fast after standing up. But it can also be linked to heart rhythm issues or early signs of heart failure, where the heart struggles to pump blood efficiently. Now, let's look at two people, John and Alan, both in their late 70s. John started feeling occasional dizziness, but shrugged it off, thinking it was just normal aging. Alan, on the other hand, had similar moments of lightheadedness, but decided to mention it to his doctor. Turns out, Alan's dizziness was linked to a mild irregular heartbeat, which, left untreated, could have led to more serious complications. With a few adjustments, staying hydrated, changing positions more slowly, and adding some circulation-boosting foods, he managed to reduce the symptoms significantly. John, on the other hand, ignored his symptoms until one day he stood up too fast, lost his balance, and had a fall that took months to recover from. So, what can you do? First, stay hydrated. Dehydration makes blood pressure drop, making dizziness worse. Second, eat potassium-rich foods like bananas, spinach, and nuts to keep circulation steady. And third, take your time when standing up, especially in the morning. Give your body a few seconds to adjust before moving too quickly. Small changes like these can help prevent those dizzy moments and keep your heart working smoothly. Lightheadedness might seem like just another part of aging, but sometimes it's your body trying to tell you something. Paying attention now can help you stay steady, strong, and one step ahead of potential problems. If you found this part helpful, give it a like, or just say thanks in the comments. It really helps more people see this. Sign 3. Swelling in the legs, ankles, or feet. Have you ever noticed your shoes feeling tighter than usual, or your socks leaving deeper marks on your skin by the end of the day? Maybe your legs or feet seem puffier than normal, making it harder to move around comfortably. It's easy to brush this off as just water retention or a normal part of aging, but persistent swelling in the lower body could be a warning sign that your heart is struggling to keep up. Your heart's job is to pump blood throughout your body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell. But when the heart isn't pumping efficiently, blood can start to pool in certain areas, especially in the lower body, where gravity makes it harder for circulation to return upward. This leads to fluid buildup, causing swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet. Some people also experience tight or shiny skin around the swollen areas, and in more severe cases, pressing on the skin may leave an indentation that takes a while to disappear. Let's imagine two people, David and Robert, both in their late 60s. David started noticing that his ankles were swelling up, especially at the end of the day, but he ignored it. He thought it was just from sitting too long. Robert, on the other hand, noticed something similar, but decided to check with his doctor. Turns out Robert had an early sign of heart failure. By catching it early, he was able to start treatment, make small lifestyle adjustments, and avoid serious complications. David, however, only paid attention when the swelling got much worse. By then, it was too late to avoid a hospital visit. The good news? If you recognize this sign early, there are simple but powerful steps you can take to help your heart function better. One of the best things you can do is keep your legs elevated when sitting or lying down. This helps circulation and prevents excess fluid from pooling in your lower body. Even just 15 to 20 minutes of keeping your feet up above heart level can make a big difference in reducing swelling and relieving pressure on your heart. Another important step is to reduce excess salt in your diet. Too much sodium makes your body retain fluid, worsening swelling and forcing your heart to work harder. Instead of reaching for processed foods or salty snacks, try fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and heart-friendly herbs like garlic and turmeric to add flavor without overloading your system with salt. Finally, staying active is crucial. You don't need to do anything intense, just a daily walk, some gentle stretching, or even light movement throughout the day helps keep blood flowing, reduces fluid retention, and supports heart function. The more you keep your body moving, the less likely swelling will become a persistent problem. If you've been noticing swelling that doesn't go away easily, especially if it's happening alongside other signs like fatigue or shortness of breath, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor, take small but effective steps to improve circulation, and most importantly, listen to what your body is telling you. Early action can make all the difference in keeping your heart strong and healthy for years to come. If you're finding this helpful so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest. Sign 4. Irregular or rapid heartbeat. Have you ever felt your heart flutter unexpectedly, or maybe pound a little too hard while you're just sitting and relaxing? For some people over 65, this sensation might come and go, a brief moment of racing or skipping. And it's easy to write it off as stress, dehydration, or even excitement. But when these irregular heartbeats start happening more often or feel stronger than usual, it could be your body quietly warning you about something more serious. An irregular heartbeat, also called arrhythmia, means your heart isn't keeping a steady rhythm. This can affect how well your heart pumps blood, and in some cases, it can increase the risk of a sudden cardiac event. It's like an orchestra where the conductor loses control, the beat is off, and the whole system starts to fall out of sync. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 72 and used to joke that her heart would skip a beat every time her grandkids visited. But over time, she began to feel these flutters more frequently, sometimes even waking her up at night. She brushed it off as nerves or caffeine until one day, while sitting quietly and reading, her heart suddenly started racing out of nowhere. It passed after a few minutes, but it left her lightheaded and worried. That was the moment she finally went to her doctor. After a quick test, they found she had atrial fibrillation, a common form of arrhythmia in seniors. Thankfully, because she caught it early, she was able to get on the right medication and make a few lifestyle changes that help stabilize her rhythm. So, what can you do if you're noticing these odd heartbeats or racing episodes? First, one of the most helpful habits is learning to monitor your pulse regularly. You don't need fancy equipment, just 2 fingers on your wrist or neck and a timer. If your heartbeat feels uneven or suddenly speeds up while you're resting, it's a good idea to bring that up with your doctor. Catching rhythm changes early can help avoid complications later on. Second, try cutting back on stimulants like caffeine and alcohol. While a cup of tea or coffee in the morning is fine for most people, excess caffeine can make the heart more sensitive, especially if it's already struggling to keep a steady rhythm. The same goes for alcohol. It can trigger irregular beats in people who are already prone to them. Swapping to decaf or herbal options in the afternoon can reduce your chances of sudden flutters. And lastly, include magnesium-rich foods in your daily meals. Foods like spinach, avocado, and almonds. Magnesium plays a key role in keeping your heart's electrical system steady. Many older adults are unknowingly low on magnesium, and just making small additions to your meals can help support your heart's natural rhythm. Your heart has a rhythm for a reason. It's trying to keep everything in balance. If it starts skipping, fluttering, or racing without reason, don't wait for something worse to happen. Pay attention to those quiet warnings. Take a few simple steps to support it, and you'll be giving your heart the steady beat it needs to keep you going strong. This isn't about panicking. It's about listening to your body and taking small, meaningful steps if you notice anything unusual. If you've ever felt this, even once, comment, "I understand." Your story might help someone else. Sign 5, chest discomfort. That comes and goes. Some people think a heart attack always comes with a dramatic, crushing pain in the chest, just like in the movies. But in reality, many heart problems start with mild discomfort that people brush off. A little tightness, slight pressure, or an odd sensation in the chest that comes and goes throughout the day. It might feel like indigestion, muscle soreness, or just a weird, tight feeling. If that sounds familiar, don't ignore it. Your heart could be sending urgent signals that something isn't right. Imagine this. 2 women, Margaret and Linda, both in their late 60s. Margaret occasionally felt a tight, squeezing feeling in her chest, but it always went away after a few minutes, so she never thought much about it. Linda, on the other hand, felt a similar discomfort, but she decided to mention it to her doctor. Turns out, Linda had early signs of angina, which meant her heart wasn't getting enough oxygen. With some medication and small lifestyle changes, she avoided a major heart event. Margaret, however, wasn't so lucky. One day, the mild discomfort turned into something much worse, an actual heart attack. The warning signs had been there all along. So, what should you do if you notice chest tightness, pressure, or discomfort that keeps coming and going? First, pay attention to when it happens. Does it occur when you're walking or after eating a heavy meal? If your chest feels tight when you're active but eases when you rest, this could be angina, a warning sign of heart disease. Don't assume it's just heartburn. Your doctor can help you figure out the difference. Second, be mindful of additional symptoms. If the discomfort comes with dizziness, nausea, shoulder or jaw pain, or even just a strange sense of unease, do not wait. Get checked out. These are classic warning signs of a heart problem. And finally, manage stress and lifestyle factors. Deep breathing, light exercise, and reducing heavy fatty meals can lower the strain on your heart. Simple shifts, like walking after meals instead of sitting, or swapping fried foods for heart-friendly options like nuts, fish, and leafy greens, can dramatically reduce heart stress over time. Chest discomfort isn't always dramatic, but it's never something to ignore. Your heart doesn't send signals for no reason. Listen to it. Take early action, and you could prevent something life-threatening before it ever happens. You've just learned about 5 hidden signs your heart might be quietly struggling, and I want you to take a moment to truly let that sink in. These signs aren't always loud or dramatic. They're quiet, easy to miss, and that's exactly why they're dangerous. But now, you've taken the first, most important step, awareness. Maybe you recognized one of these signs in yourself, or maybe someone you love flashed through your mind as you listened. Whatever the case, remember this. It's never too late to care for your heart. Small changes can lead to big differences. The body may whisper, but when you learn to listen early, you can answer with action, not regret. I know it can feel overwhelming sometimes. All the medical terms, all the changes that come with age. But you're not alone. So many others are on this journey too, and we're here to help you walk it with knowledge, compassion, and calm, steady steps. If anything in this video helped you today, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below. Maybe share one insight that stuck with you, or a question that's been on your mind. Your story might help someone else feel seen. And if you think someone you care about should see this, please share it with them. It could be the nudge they need to look after their heart too. Thank you for spending this time with me. You deserve to feel strong, informed, and in control of your health. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got more helpful videos coming your way, all made simple, practical, and easy to follow. Until next time, stay well, stay hopeful, and most of all, stay kind to your heart.